I now give the floor to the Russian Federation.
Thank you, sir. Ridding the world from the threat posed by weapons of mass destruction, above all nuclear weapons, is amongst the priorities for Russian foreign policy. A key role in the achievement of this for 50 years has been played by the Nuclear Weapons Non-Proliferation Treaty, the NPT. Despite the postponement of its 10th review conference due to the pandemic, we hope that it will be held in full form and will be productive. We attribute great significance to the issue of establishing WMD-free zones in the Middle East. We support the relevant draft resolution. We note the significant nature of the first conference on such zones in November in New York, pursuant to a decision of Resolution 73/250. We regret the fact that the negotiations process continues to have the U.S. standing outside of these negotiations. We welcome the establishment in Africa. Russia ratified in 2011 protocols number 1 and 2 of the above-mentioned treaty. We support the relevant resolution. We support the resolution on the treaty to establish the Semipalatinate Treaty. Russia was one of the co-sponsors of this. We ratified in 2015 the protocol to the above-mentioned treaty. We made a contribution to implementation of the outcomes of the 2010 NPT review conference. We support the resolution on prohibition of fissile material cutoff treaty. We believe that the drafting of such a treaty needs to be conducted at the Conference on Disarmament through a comprehensive, balanced program of its work with the participation of all countries in such work, all countries with capacity to develop a weapons-grade fissile material. We support the resolution in the Hague Code of Conduct to prevent the proliferation of ballistic missiles. We advocate greater effectiveness in the code, and we call for universal accession thereto, chiefly through the accession of states. So we fully support the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. Our position on the relevant draft resolution will be explained at a later juncture. We welcome the noble goal of establishing a world free of nuclear weapons, and we welcome it in practice. However, current trends clearly do not help to facilitate the abandonment of nuclear weapons. We respect the views of supporters of the treaty prohibiting nuclear weapons. We know that 50 states have already ratified it. However, we believe that this treaty, which was drafted without participation or taking into account the views of nuclear weapon states, cannot help to constructively contribute to the process of limiting nuclear weapons. On the contrary, it undermines the authority of the NPT and creates friction amongst members of the international community. Discussion of the issue of prohibition of nuclear weapons and humanitarian aspects of nuclear arms should not detract attention from the most pressing international security issues. These include, above all, the many years of destructive activity by the United States of America. As a responsible member of the international community, we are seeking to prevent new missile crisis. We unilaterally announced and will implement a moratorium on the establishment of the deployment of ground-based missiles so long as on 26 October, our president, Mr. Putin, reaffirmed this position in a statement on additional measures for de-escalation of the situation in Europe in the event of a suspension of the treaty. The full statement on this and other issues will be submitted. Thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation. I now give the